Hi everybody and welcome back to some more Project Cars, a Game of the Year edition here on this channel. Now in today's episode we're going to be doing a race and base setup on a vehicle that came with the Game of the Year edition. But before we get into that, I just want to talk about some other ways you can get involved with this channel. Now I've just set up a Facebook group called Racing on YouTube. Now this Facebook group is going to be for me to be uploading my videos, pictures, information about series on the channel, some coming up, information about other games, loads of stuff. But if you join the group you can upload your own pictures, videos, talk to other people within that community. It's just another way to get involved with the channel. Also, if you want to follow me on Twitter, that link is in the description below. Right, let's get into this base setup today. Now we're going to be doing a race, and then I'll show you the base setup that I've used on this car at the end of the video. But first of all we're going to choose the car, and this is the vehicle. Now, there was two versions of this car. I showed you the first one in the first video, and this is a road version. Now, this thing is an absolute rocket. 224 miles an hour, 800 brake horsepower. These Pagani cars are absolutely rapid. Now, we're going to be testing this around around a circuit that I know quite well. I've done a few races around a few circuits with this car. It's going to be pretty good on a lot of circuits, so it's a good stable setup for you to use. But before we get into that, I want you to choose a livery for the car as well, because that's another thing that came with the Game Year edition. There is absolutely loads of liveries for every single vehicle in this game. You just got to have a look, find a colour or a set, you know, a styling on the car that you like. Choose that one, so you don't go into the race with a vehicle with looking, you know, or having a colour that you don't really like. It's good for your videos as well, going with the styling that you like. So let's just find one that I like. Oh god, I like that one. I do like gold alloys. Let's have a look at a few more. There is absolutely loads for each vehicle, and they do look absolutely brilliant. I think I'm going to go with the one with the gold alloys. Right, I'm going to go with that one. But like I said, I'm going to do a race. We're just going to set the race up. I think I'm going to do this one round Donington Park. You can use this on short, medium and long circuits. Even if you want to do Nürburgring, this setup should work on pretty much anything. It's a good stable setup. Right, we're going to lower this down. We don't want too many in this race. I just want to show you how good and stable this setup is. Right, I think I'll crank that down a little bit as well. About, yeah, 90 should do. Right, let's get into this race. But like I said, I'll show you the base setup at the end of this video. Let's get straight into the race. Hopefully it'll be a good race. I don't crash out, but you know, I've had a few hours on this. I hope you like it. Right, let's get straight into the race. Here we go. Right, so here we go with today's race and base setup with a car from the Game of the Year edition. And look how stunning it is. Oh, look at the inside as well. Oh god, it looks awesome in the cockpit view. Right, let's see if we can have a good start in this race, and let's try and get through the field if we can without making any contact. And that wasn't a bad start. We had a bit of wheel spin, but we've managed to get away and take a few places, get into that first corner, which can be tricky. And that's not bad. Let's try and get up the inside of that car, and we've managed to get up to P8. Now that is a perfect start. Now I can see a lot of tyre smoke up front. Now you've got to be aware this car can be a bit of a handful under braking and accelerating around slow corners. You have to get the balance right. But after spending a little time in this car with this setup, you will get set the hang of the car, and you will it does give you a little bit more warning to what the back end's going to do when you accelerate. Yeah, just try the base setup out. It works for me. Hopefully it worked for you, but just let me know in the comments below. But let's just try and stay with the leading group in this race. I don't think I'm going to win this race, but that car there, that AI just lost control in that corner. You do get that a lot in this car. You just, you know, if you don't accelerate, like I said, at the right level around the corner, you do lose that backhand. But let's just try and keep it steady. I've had loads of practice with the when I've done the setup, so I should hopefully I won't make any mistakes. And that wasn't bad. We got a nice drive, and we should be able to get up the inside of this car going into that corner, and we've managed to get up to 6th on the second lap. Now this hasn't been too bad so far. Let's just try and get up the inside of this car. Let's try and get nice and tight. And that car lost it on that corner as well. So we managed to gain another place. Second lap, P5. Now this is what I wanted. I want to show you that you can push this car with this setup It's a little bit more forgiving with this setup, and you can have some really good races, I think. I mean, it might need a few tweaks, but if you do use the setup and you have to tweak anything, don't forget to let me know in the comments below. I'd like to know what you've adjusted to make it a little bit better if you have. But let's just see if we can just get to the front. A podium would be good in this race. I only put it on 6 laps. But the leading car has pulled away, and again I've seen a bit more tyre smoke. But I think even I had a bit of tyre smoke around that corner. But I will leave a full replay at the end of the video as well for you to watch. But let's just try and stick with the leading group. That was a much smoother lap. Let's just try and latch onto the car in front. And let's just try and get over the finish line and see what time that was. I think that was not a bad time. 1 minute 10, that wasn't bad. Let's just try and get up the inside, and that car's gone wide, but it's going to close me down. Let's just try and hug that inside. God dear, I almost got past, but I got closed down. But the AI are a little bit more aggressive and a little bit harder to pass on this level. Let's just try and stick with this car. If we can get into third by the end of the 6th lap, I would be really chuffed. And that car didn't get the braking right into that corner, and I managed to get up the inside. That was an excellent pass. Yes. We're only 1 place away from the podium. We're slightly slow on that sector there. We must that cost us a bit of time when you get stuck behind other cars. Let's just try and get the right gear around there. You have to just take that into 3rd gear. Let's try and accelerate and then drop down into 3rd gear for this corner. But you've got to try and get just that right wheel on that curb, and then try and accelerate and then get into 4th gear. But you will see a lot of tyre smoke on the replay, I think, because you do feel the back end slightly swing round that corner. But you've got to rack down the gears into this corner. Let's just try and hold it and try and gain a bit of time on this finish straight. I think this lap was slightly slower than the previous lap, but we are doing pretty well. I think we are improving, and we are, oh god, that was actually quicker actually. So we are improving. Let's just try and get a bit of slipstream and see if we can get past this car down the hill. If we can get close enough, we can, because the AI seem to brake a lot earlier on this section down the bottom, and sometimes you can take advantage. Is he going to slow down? Yes, that's take the inside line. Yes, and just get the braking right. That was another awesome pass, and we're up to 3rd. Now, if we can finish in this position, and we're running actually slightly quicker at that sector, so we're improving on this lap as well. But so far, this has been pretty good. And see what I mean? You can push this car with this setup, and it's not sliding everywhere. It does go if you slam your foot down around a corner. You've got to gradually accelerate and change your gears at the right time. And that wasn't bad again, and I managed to control it. I didn't go onto the grass there, and we've got a good drive down that long section there. Let's just try and get nice and close. And again, we're faster at that sector. We are starting to improve lap by lap, and I'm starting to settle in. Now we've got a bit of heat in the tyres. Hopefully we can really challenge, but I think I might be able to get a better position than 3rd if I can just get up the inside. And we were almost a second quicker on that lap, so we are absolutely flying at the moment. Let's just see if we can get this car down the hill, if we can get close enough, because like I said, the AI always brake before that bottom corner to the right. Let's see if we can get nice and tight up his backside. Now that's to see if he brakes in. Yes, he does. So we take another place there, and we're up to P2. Now, can we win this race? I wasn't expecting to get this close to the car because we started at the back and we only had 6 laps. But this has been probably the smoothest run that I've had in this car. Even when I was doing the setup, I don't think I was running as quick as that. So we're actually doing okay. Let's just see if we can get nice and close. We've only got 1 more lap to go after this one. Can we win it on the last lap? It's not easy. And I felt that go. The back end slid, loads of tyre smoke. Definitely going to have to look at that at the replay. God dear, really had a big slide there, but just managed to control it. Now we were running slightly slow. It probably cost us a bit of time with that slide. But oh god, tyre smoke from the car in front. He almost lost it, and he tried to accelerate around that corner. Right, let's really try and push this car now. Can we take him on the last lap? But we're going to have to get really, really close to him, and I don't think we're close enough to get him down the hill. Let's just really, really accelerate and try and rack through the gears. No, I don't think we're going to get close enough. It's going to be really, really tough. I've got to find another place on the circuit to get past him before we get to the end of the lap and take that win. But there is certain places that you can pass if you get the right turn. Let's just try and get right up his gearbox and really pressure him. Maybe I make a mistake. We're right close. Let's try and get nice and tight into this corner, and he's got out wide. Let's get nice, hug that inside line, and we've managed to go past him. He totally lost it on that corner. Yes, we've got into the lead. right at the end of this race. This is what I wanted. I wanted to have a decent race so I could show you how good this base up. And again, the back end slid out. But it's controllable. You know, you can control it. It's not like really, really bad. Right, let's just slow down. Let's not muck this up. Let's just try and slow down. And we're a second slower than we were previous. Oh my God, I lost the back end. But I managed to just whack into third gear and controlled the car. And I think we're going to win this race. Yes, we do. We're going to win this race, and that was awesome. That was so much fun. Right, we're going to get straight into the base setup that I used on this car in this race, and then I will show you a full replay of that race as well. Right, let's get straight into the base setup. Here we go. Right, guys, let's get into the base setup. I'm going to flick through it. Feel free to pause the video and jot it down. I'm going to do this on, like I said, on quite a few vehicles that have been added on the Game of the Year edition. And yeah, just try them out. So let me know, because some people don't have the time to do setups. I don't mind. I spend a few hours on each car. If there's any cars that you want me to do setups on, feel free to let me know in the comments below, and I will try and get through them as quick as I can. There's quite a few series running on the channel at the moment, but I will try and pump out as many videos on this Project Cars Game of the Year edition. Just bear with me. Right, so I think we're just coming to the end of this setup. Just give it a go, guys. And I've left you a full replay of that race at the end of the video. Please enjoy it, and I will see you very, very soon. Thank you so much for watching, and bye-bye.